The other thing that we need to do when it comes to our energetic, caring for our energetic body, doing the cleaning and clearing, is also to look at the friendships that we've got. Are they matching, or are they vibrations? Are the vibrations matching our vibrations? Or are they higher vibrations, or are they lower vibrations? What we're seeking is matching or higher. And when we're mixing with higher vibrations, it's important to understand that it's not their role to pull us up. Those in higher vibrating resonances will hold space for you to do the inner reflection and the healing necessary to pull yourself up. Welcome to Spiritual Midwife, the podcast that tenderly guides you through the transformative journey of spiritual awakening and personal development towards the ultimate destination of soul sovereignty. I'm Claire Attio, a medicine woman and dedicated guide to the profound realm of soul sovereignty, and you are listening to Spiritual Midwife. Hello, beautiful souls. Today we're blessed with a powerful convergence of energies. I want to take a moment to wish everyone a fruitful new moon, blessing and manifestations, and remind you that this weekend brings a double whammy with the 7/7 portal on Sunday. If you're curious about these energies, what is held within them, what is coming forward, then hop on over to my YouTube channel, Lore Duir, where a video was posted on Thursday. So the latest video is the energy update video. But today I want to discuss the importance of being guided by our heart, being guided by the heart. In conversations and in work this week, it became very evident that many of us have fallen back into the old habit of listening to the ego. And I'm not calling anybody out here. It's a challenge, especially with the constant bombardment of global current affairs. For those of us on the path of awakening, we are still in the minority. Many conversations and incoming energies are entrenched in that 3D reality, and so it is very easy to fall back into that habit. But what I want to do on this podcast, and what I want to ask each of you, is to take a step back, take a breath, and review yourselves. Review where you have allowed your energies to be pulled. As highly sensitive individuals and empaths, it's all too easy to take on another's energy subconsciously and then wonder why we're feeling drained or unsure or muggy or foggy. And yes, those are all symptoms of incoming energies. And that is why when we've got a double whammy like we've got this weekend, and we have everything that's going on globally, that is why it's so important to step back, to take that pause, to breathe, and to review ourselves, assess ourselves. I implore everyone to build a healthy habit of cleaning and clearing the energetic bodies daily. So what I'm actually going to do in this podcast is I'm going to give you 10 activities or forms of energetic cleansing, and really strive, really set a very firm intention of making energy cleansing a daily habit. Just like brushing your teeth, make it a subconscious habit. I can't tell you the days where I'm thinking, oh yeah, I haven't got time to do the salt bath, are the days when my vibrations drop. It is really important. It It makes a difference. This is what I want to get across. It truly makes a difference. We can all make excuses. We can all be a little bit lazy. I put my hands up to it. I'm not calling people out, but what I am saying is I'm pulling your attention to it, and I am acknowledging, even in myself, the days I have fallen short of my own standards, the days when my energies drop. I notice it, and I can guarantee that if you get into the habit of doing this on the occasions when you do drop it, and you will, because we're having a human existence, we are spiritual beings having that human existence, and so there will be times when we drop off. You will notice it. So without further ado, let's get on to the 10, and you know what's going to come out. Meditation. Start your day with a grounding meditation to center yourself. Now that can be seconds. I have a mantra that I say as soon as I step out the bed, and there are some Qigong movements that I actually do. I like to do those when I'm out walking or when I'm in the garden, but there are a few that I actually do the instant I step out of bed, and I do that mantra, and it literally takes seconds. It's finding a practice that works for you. It's homing in on what works for you and how it works for you and how you can incorporate it into your day. So as I said, I have a mantra and I have a few Qigong movements the instant I step out of bed, and then I get on with my normal routine, and then I'm quite fortunate that I can go out for a walk if it's not tipping with rain, and I can get out into the countryside and I can do a little bit more. When we say spend 10 minutes, it doesn't have to be 10 minutes solid. It's good if you can. You will get a deeper connection. You will start to build that anti-Karana bridge that allows you to connect quickly to divine if you dedicate 10 minutes or more to your practice of meditation every single day. But if you need to do it in broken stages, then do it. Please just do it. What we actually recommend is 10 minutes of stillness, focusing on your breath and allowing any stress or any negative energies just dissipate. You can ask nature to take it away for you, which comes into our second one, walks in nature. Connect with nature to release that negative energy, to discharge it. If you think of nature, it's earth. If you think of electrical cabling, every socket has an earth wire to it because it discharges the charge. It grounds the electricity the same as it grounds the energies within us. So that could be a walk in the woods, a stroll by the sea, or simply sitting in your garden. Nature has the innate ability to cleanse and revitalize our energetic fields, and it does that because it pulls out the excess ions. It rebalances the energetic the biomagnetic fields that are within us, around us, in the atmosphere. Smudging, I've talked about smudging lots and lots of times. Smudging, whether you use sage, Palo Santo, lavender is very good. There are lots and lots of herbs that you can use to cleanse your aura and your space. Light the herb, let it smolder, and wave the smoke around your body and your living space with intention to purify and release any negativity. Again, I use a little mantra that I use. I have a little routine. I always recommend that you smudge yourself first. Pay homage to the herb that you're using. Please a little bit of gratitude, a little bit of homage there, a little bit of sacred respect for the herb so that you can clean your space. When I'm smudging, I take the smudge stick to my third eye first. I thank it, and then I smudge down my right arm, up my right arm, up my shoulder, and then take it down, hold it at the back of me to the count of 5 so it can, the plumage of the smoke can go up through my spine, around, left side, down my legs, up my legs, down my legs, up. So I'm following the body's circulation as I'm smudging. And I've offered a prayer. It is a ritual. So pay homage, whether that be in a form of a prayer, whether that be form of a mantra, whether that be form of gratitude. Remember, it's a sacred act. Salt baths. Now, I personally, at the moment, because of how the global climate is and because of what's going on within the spiritual realms, I have a salt bath every day. And when I say bath, I shower. But what I've actually do now is I put the salt and make a pom-pom with a soft cloth, and I wet that and I use that within the shower, because to have a bath daily would just, because I like to, when I have a bath, deeply relax in there. And that is a good thing to do if you can do that. If you have the time for that, then I absolutely uphold anybody, whether you're having a sea salt, a Himalayan salt, an Epsom salt bath. It draws out the impurities. And so if you've got time to have a bath and soak for 20 minutes, that is fantastic. It pours that out. I don't have time to do that daily, so I shower, but I make sure that I do so, again, setting very strong intentions and using the salt-filled pom-pom that I made to wash over my body before I actually start washing my body. So I just take all that negative energy away from me, cleaning and clearing my energetic field. If you do have a bath, add approximately 1 or 2 cups into the water, and as you're relaxing, visualize drawing out all that negative energy and toxins from your body, all the stress, all the worry, all the woe. And I would actually say visualize that going down the plug hole when you pull the plug out. Sound healing is a beautiful way of cleaning your energy fields, especially singing bowls. Chimes are also very good. There are lots of beautiful sacred instruments available to us now from around the globe. And I say that because I was on a retreat on Sunday and we had a sound bath, and the facilitator had the most beautiful Chinese chime that resonated with me on such a deep level when she was using it, that I had to ask her afterwards what it was, and she showed me. There are lots of things out there. Again, find what works for you. As we've got singing bowls, we've got chimes, we've got tuning forks. All of these things work to help clear the density out of your energetic field so that your vibrations can rise. Sound is energy, and it has a profound effect on the energies that surround us. So spend some time listening to or playing these instruments, allowing those vibrations to harmonize and elevate your energies. We can't do cleaning and clearing and relaxing without breath work. Conscious breathing exercises are a must to releasing the tension and to refresh ourselves, to revitalize ourselves. Just a few minutes of practicing deep, intentional breaths change our vibrations. So it's that inhaling deeply through your nose and holding it for a moment and exhaling it through your mouth. And then just repeating that several times, focusing on the release of any pent-up energies, any pent-up emotions, negative emotions, just letting them go. Anything that feels heavy, letting it go. Crystals are really good. Crystals, if anybody works in an office with lots and lots of people, surround yourself in crystals. Ones, I personally like black obsidian, but you can use black tourmaline for absorbing negative energy. I like to have a selenite there just to really kind of bring the high vibes in, and also either an amethyst or a rose quartz to bring that harmony in, so that you can have really good communication skills with people. And all of these help with protection and cleansing, all three of them. They all have, but they work in different ways, which is why it's good to have several in your space, especially if you're working in a big office with lots of people, and they absorb and they transmute the negative energies. So keep them close to you. And also don't forget to use them when you're meditating. And whilst we're talking about crystals, and we are on the new moon, this new moon being in Cancer, being a water sign, it's a really good idea to put your crystals out and bathe them in that new moon energy. They will recharge and reboost themselves. Journaling, we can't do a spiritual episode, especially about energies, without including journaling. It comes up every single time. The same as meditation. Write down your thoughts, write down your emotions. It helps you to process them. It helps you to release them. Spending a little bit of time a day journaling about your experiences, about your emotions, about any energetic shifts you noticed, or any energetic changes in the environment. It's a good practice which helps you to understand, and in that understanding we also release. It's interesting, I was talking, as I said, I was on retreat on Sunday, and I was talking with another lady, and she was saying, I'm not a big journaler. And it was interesting to hear her talk, because she had this perception that journaling was like a diary that you put in your whole day's experience, like a little time capsule almost. Now, that may work for some people. I don't actually journal like that. I journal by just jotting notes, and I don't have one journal that is chronologically dated and timed. I've got several journals on the go, and what I have found over the years, I do always date and I do always time my entries, but I don't keep them. I've started this journal, so I have to finish it before I start another one. As I said, I've got a few on the go, and what I've found over the years is that subconsciously I pick up the journals for which there is also corresponding information from the past, and it's created a beautiful synchronistic fluidity to my learning, just by picking up absent-mindedly, or so I believed, a journal to hand and scribbling my notes and then walking away from it. When I come back to it, when I do have a day for reviewing my journals and going over my journals, what I've noticed by doing that and not having an orderly pattern, let's put it like that, then, is I have noticed beautiful synchronicity within that has aided my learning and has aided me it's aided in keeping me on track and in balance. So don't think, when we talk about journaling, don't think there is only one given way to do it. The only thing I would actually say is make sure you date and time every entry, because that will help you when you do go back to it at a later stage. Movement is always good for the body. Movement obviously moves the energies. When we physically move those energies. And so if we physically move with intention in things like yoga or chakra dance, it's super, super beneficial. But any movement, any form of physical activity moves stagnant energy, which will help you release any blockages that exist in your energy. And we all know when we do move, when we do allow ourselves the privilege of doing that exercise, because for many people it is a privilege to say, I'm taking time out and I'm going to go and do my exercise class, because we do all live busy lives. We do feel revitalized afterwards. We may have that feeling of, I'm going to go and do some exercise because we've got a lot on, we've got a lot of stress, we've got but when we actually do that, when we take that time out and we focus on the physical activity, we're switching our minds off. And in switching our minds off, we are usually breathing more deeply. And in that breathing more deeply, we get a greater connection to ourselves, and it revitalizes our body. So, as I always say, choose an activity, a physical activity that brings you joy, that brings you laughter, that you love. Lastly, visualization. Very, very powerful. Don't underestimate your visualizations, and they can be done in meditation, they can be done while you're washing the dishes in a complete absent-minded state. It's that switching off from daily activity and allowing your creative side to come forward. Allow yourself to connect to the divine, to the spiritual realm, and to co-create what you want your future to be, co-create what divine wants you to create. I very often just get messages, and I used to, it's interesting, isn't it? Because when I first started my spiritual journey, and when I first started being in business as a spiritual guide, I used to get really quite hung up on the fact that I was being taken down so many different avenues. And I used to, for a little while there, it brought in a wound. I mean, it was really good because it highlighted a wound in me that still needed healing. But there was a little bit of imposter syndrome and a little bit of, am I ever going to find what I'm supposed to be doing? And it's only over time that I've actually learned, and I've actually understood, and I've integrated the fact that the spiritual path, one, it's very narrow, one, it's very unique, and one, it's fluid. And so no, we're not supposed to say, I'm a reader, I'm a medium, and staying there all of our lives. Now, that might be the messaging that you get. Your team may say to you, okay, your role, the way that you're going to help humanity in this lifetime is to be X, Y, and Z. And everything that they bring to the table for you is concerning that one aspect of spirituality. Others of you, like me, you will be given a whole multitude of things. I've talked about it before. Spirit had me doing mediumship for a while, and I was very much like, I don't want to do this. I don't want to stand on the podium. I don't want to do this. But it wasn't about doing and becoming a medium. It was about, one, giving me the confidence that the information that I was getting through was information coming directly from the spirit realm, because they were giving me information that I could not possibly know, and people were accepting it and understood it and were able to verify it. But also, standing up in front of a crowd, I had to build my confidence. So there are many aspects that can come in when we allow ourselves just to go into that visualization space, into that absent-minded space, I like to call it, but it is that theta state where we become receptive and we're able to take the messages. And then it's our responsibility to then take the steps to follow through with that. So don't underestimate visualization. A lot of people use visualization to almost try and manipulate the energies so that they can get what they want. And yes, we use visualization in manifestation. Absolutely, it's a big part of manifestation. But it's to come from the heart. It's to come from that connection from the heart space and divine, not from the head of I want. That's egoic. That's not being of service. That's about what you want. And you'll very often find that those manifestations won't come into fruition. And if they do, they take a very long time to come into fruition. When you connect with the heart and you visualize from the heart space, with that in conjunction, co-creating with divine, things start to fall into place very quickly. So that's the 10 ways of cleaning your energies. Remember, don't forget to be mindful of others' vibrational resonance. It's a crucial part of boundary setting. It's a crucial part of your self-care routine. Check in. I'm not talking about be intrusive and fill into their energies and find out what they've got going on. No, that is a misuse of your spiritual gifts. But a little touchy-feely on the outskirts of their energetic field to see what their vibrational frequency is, as to whether it is somebody that you are balanced with, in tune with, of the same resonance with, is important. The other thing that we need to do when it comes to our energetic, caring for our energetic body, doing the cleaning and clearing, is also to look at the friendships that we've got. Are they matching, or are they vibrations? Are the vibrations matching our vibrations? Or are they higher vibrations, or are they lower vibrations? What we're seeking is matching or higher. And when we're mixing with higher vibrations, it's important to understand that it's not their role to pull us up. Those in higher vibrating resonances will hold space for you to do the inner reflection and the healing necessary to pull yourself up. But they will not do it for you. And if they ascertain that you are not doing that work, they will walk away. This is not about carrying each other. This is about assessing good vibrational matches. If you don't do the work, you will see them start to pull away. With that said, it's important not to think in terms of them and us, higher or lower, better or worse, but to see it as a beautiful lesson in boundaries on both sides. If someone who has been supportive pulls away, it may be that they have overextended and recognize that within themselves. I know I've done that before. I'm sure many other people have as well. It's just because you've raised your vibrations doesn't mean that you're perfect. There is always something new to be learnt, to be gained, to be transmuted and transformed. And in those given situations, I've been given a gift. I've been given a gift to recognize, Claire, you've overextended, pull back. It's given me a gift to recognize that in myself and to do the inner work so that I set firmer boundaries. The key takeaway is that we are all responsible for ourselves, and when we do that, we lift the collective energies. So take the time to reflect, cleanse, elevate your energies. Together we can create a ripple effect of positive change. Enjoy the new moon. Set clear intentions of what you're wanting to manifest. Take time on Sunday with the 7/7 portal. Feel into the energies as they come into you. What do they mean for you? What are you needing to do? What are you needing to change? What are you needing to integrate? How are you needing to evolve? That said, that's it for this episode. Take care, stay grounded, and stay connected to your heart.